I've been licensed for 10 years, but I really started trying to build a team about 2 years ago. And I started out with a different coaching company, and it gave me a lot of great ideas um, to help add to my business. But I had met Lars actually from that coaching company too at a convention, and I've kind of watched him as he's grown his business. And what I really liked about his coaching company when I saw him doing some of his Google Hangouts is that he actually has like a blueprint on how to build like a solid foundation, how to build upon just some of the basic things that tools and marketing things that we have in our business to make it better. So that's something that right away attracted me from what I was doing in the past. Before I hired Lars, I was sitting probably around 40 to 50 transactions, and but everything, it seemed like I was just going from chasing the next deal, and I was going through a lot of different buyers agents too. I've prior to Lars, I had gone through 3 different buyers agents, and since then I've been able to keep one and add a second one that we're now up to a team of 5, and we're on pace right now. Just this quarter alone, I've grown my business 25% from the previous quarter, and I believe that by the end of the second quarter of this year, I'll match my 2014 production. And I really do believe that it's a lot of Lars's systems that I stripped down my business but built up that foundation, and I'm continuing to add and implement a lot of things from his blueprint that I know that we're looking at bringing on 2 more buyers agents now, and I'm in the hiring process. But a lot of it's about hiring correctly and not just hiring any buyer's agent. And a lot of those, I've taken all these concepts and really just trying to copy as much of what Lars did to build his business and other agents that I met in this coaching company that are doing. The beauty thing about Lars coaching is that everybody has the same building blocks, same foundation, because we're all really trying to follow what Lars did to make such a successful team.
Okay, so and you mentioned a couple things, but when you first started working with him, what did he notice right away that you had to start implementing?
Well, it was that I had a lot of the right tools already. Like I was already using Commissions Inc. I did have a CRM tool, and he noticed that on the surface I was using it, but he wanted me to go deeper and to utilize like my Commissions Inc. platform. He wanted me to maximize the potential. So he saw weaknesses on what I was maybe not correctly implementing, but he really helped me dive deep into my business. Instead of going really wide, he wanted me to go deep. And so that was something that I learned right away, was to build, solid foundation, have what he calls 4 pillars of building your business. And that's really what I've been working my framework on. Here's the great thing about Lars. I mean, he really does care about you as a person, and he wants you to be more of a well-rounded real estate agent versus just 100% all business. So that's kind of the thing that I really like about his coaching company. It's just not about real estate and building a quality real estate team. It's also about building a quality life and really hitting what your true passion is, and just having a great real estate team that helps fuel what you're really passionate about, whether it be your family, giving back to your community, your health. I mean, he really cares about, it's really easy in this business to be grinded down and burnt out, and I've run into that cycle a lot. And so one thing what's great about Lars's coaching is on a monthly basis, and it's usually more than once. It's about high performance and having a business that's worth having, but also having a life that's worth living. And that's what I think is really powerful.
Okay, do you have any other stories about how Lars has been different up to this point?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of accountability, and I think the great thing is that Lars, you can go back through, and he has some really great modules that really explain his blueprint in the 4 different pillars of the business, and you can go back at any point if you maybe you miss something, and you can go back and watch a module to help improve that area, whether it be like a buyer's consultation appointment to explain the buyer advantage program, or if you want to become a better listing side of the business. I mean, whatever point you can have that 24/7. And the other really beautiful thing that I don't even know if really Lars saw this happening, but our mastermind group on Facebook is awesome. I mean, I go on there and can read for an hour and learn things that other agents are doing within our own community and take those ideas and take it back. And so that's kind of great. And anytime you have a hang up or a big question, you can throw it out to the group and you're going to get a quick response and you're going to get some really good insight. And then Lars will help come in and on top of that and add his viewpoint. And a lot of times, because everybody is building their business pretty close to the same, it's almost always the same advice. So that's really one of the true values of being a part of Lars. Whereas in my past coaching companies, I didn't have that community that was there. And Lars, he's always available, but you have like-minded agents that are building their business exactly the same because they're following the same blueprint. You can get immediate response. For me, I just had I had a pretty big life change last year. I had a baby boy. He's now almost 5 months, and for me, it's all about family. And Lars is huge on that. I mean, that's why he's built his business the way that he has. And so that was number one of the biggest attractive things. But the High Performance Academy, when we met back in October, it was putting together your business goals and your top four to six top business goals. And I did that, and it really puts things in focus. I review my sheet daily. I have them all over. I mean, I followed everything that Lars said, and I put it everywhere in my house. But what's great is on the backside you have all your personal stuff, and that's what's really what this business is for, is so that you have a quality life. And so for me, it's putting my family first and my focus. And so one of my big goals is just to be home by 6 p.m. every night and to have my cell phone left in my office so that I'm 100% there mentally and physically from 6 until when our family starts winding down for the night. So that's something that I've been able to commit to this year, and that's been kind of a game changer because I'm involved in my two stepsons and my wife, and I'm involved in what's going in. And having setting my business up the way that it is, I'm more available than I have been in the past.
What tips would you offer someone in the program who's either just beginning or in the middle of it, kind of like you are?
Well, for me, and that's the encouraging thing about Lars, just encourage you to stay involved with the Facebook community and try to keep in touch with that on a daily basis. Watch those modules and follow that, from one through all the modules, because it will really help lay out everything that you need to do and try to just implement. That's the biggest thing. And any questions you ever have, always reach out to the community or reach out to Lars, and it's very quick. So ask questions and ask a lot and listen a lot. That's my biggest biggest tips I can give anybody.
Okay. What would you say to someone who's maybe on the fence about working with Lars in the first place?
Well, if you're on the fence, you definitely need to get on board, because I think as far as quality programs, coaching companies that are out there, Lars is really, he's definitely it. If there's somebody that has it, it's definitely him. He is really, if you really want to truly build a business that is self-sustaining, whether you're in it or not, this is definitely the blueprint to follow. And that's the beautiful thing about it is, one thing that Lars says a lot is real estate is not rocket science. It's not a lot of people want to overly complicate it and make it a really tough thing, and it really isn't that complicated. He makes it really easy. It's laid out there, and of course, the hardest part about it is just implementing and taking action. That's the hardest thing. So Lars is great at laying it out for you, and then you just need to be 100% all in.
Okay, so what does success on this program look like to you? If we were maybe sitting here in 2 or 3 years.
For me, 3 years from now, I would like to be out of the buying side of the business, obviously, have a listing side of the business that works like clockwork, but really just I can concentrate on working within the business and to grow my team to where I can dictate how often I work. And for me, it's not working weekends, not working night appointments, and having a fixed amount of hours per week. But also improving the quality of people that are on my team's lives and helping them achieve their goals and having the same impact that Lars is having on people in this coaching company, that I'd have that same impact on my team's lives.
Great. That's all I got for you. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
No, I mean, just to kind of sum it up, and I guess to go back to that first question, anybody that's thinking about hiring Lars as a coach, I think that for me, I'm just lucky that I had the opportunity to meet Lars when I did, because my business doesn't look the same at all, and I'm just really excited for the future. And for somebody that's maybe at a turning point and they're, looking for somebody that's going to help give them the right direction, I believe that Lars is definitely the person for them.